Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. Good morning, Nancy. How are you? So good, I hope. I hope today is a lovely day for you. Good morning, Linda. Is everything up north today? Hi, Beth. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Keels. So it was rainy here last night, and it's still a bit overcast. But the sun is trying to peek through, so I don't know what kind of day we're gonna have, but it was nice and cool last night. That was nice. Oh, we need some light. There we go. Better. So, hey, I wanted to talk to you really quick about my nail polish, because it's a small company out of Traverse City, Michigan, one of my favorite places. And this is the one that I'm wearing. It is called Northern Nail Polish. You can what was on the radio? It is from Traverse City, Michigan, and it's toxin free, vegan, and cruelty free, and it polishes lovely. So this one is called Cherry Festival because Traverse City is known for its cherry festival. It's known for its cherries, its dark cherries, and so that's near and dear to my heart. But so you can find them on Instagram, on I don't know if they are on Facebook, but I'm sure you could just look up Northern Nail Polish and you could find them online. I got this one, and look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. It's so pretty. Oh, it is fancy like. This one's called Sunsets on the Lake. Look how pretty that is. I just love that. And then this one is called Michigan Wildflowers. Look at that. It's so pretty. So I usually wear the, what are they called? Color Street, the nail sticker things. But Sunday I was just feeling it, and I was just feeling like I needed to do a little self-care. You ever have those moments? This one is holding up amazing, Nancy. I painted them on Sunday, and I don't have any, but you know what? I really took my time. Usually I feel like I need to finish this so I can get on to this or whatever. But this time I gave myself a whole manicure. I pushed back my cuticles, and I put some cuticle oil on, and then some cuticle serum. And I've just been doing, and then I did 2 coats of color and 1 coat of top coat, and they're looking grand. But I went potty before I started, because that's always a thing, isn't it? And then I just really just took my time. And you know what? I turned a show on TV, because if not, then I get antsy just waiting for my nails to dry. So I just turned something on TV, and that was on my DVR, Blue Bloods, if you have to know. And now I'm just so proud of myself for giving myself that time. Because do you know what I mean? Like, we're not good about giving ourselves that time, are we? Which is just crazy and stupid. Because, just that little act of doing my nails made me feel so good. Thanks, Keels. Keely put the link. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Jan. I'm glad you're here. Good morning, Tam. Now I've got that song in my head. Thanks a lot, Beth. Okay, so what else do I need to talk about? Good morning, Donna. I know, but you know what? I just say potty because it doesn't go away, does it? You know, it's just, yes, many years of teaching kindergarten and having a daycare in my house and teaching preschool, I always say potty. So if you were here with me this past weekend for World Card Making Day, you know that there are two, well, there's a previous freebie in the file section and the new freebie, which was what's the name? Oh, girls. I think it was just called World Card Making Day. And so I did make a card out of that one. So I just painted the printable and I mounted it onto this. I'm just in love with this embossing folder. It just looks like cut glass, doesn't it? And I don't know what the name of it is. It's a Sizzix. I think it's a Tim Holtz. Anyway, I popped the flower a little bit, and then I added some High Supply doodads, and then I paired it with this blue envelope. Shut it. And then this is the one that I finished with the first freebie. And that's the one, remember, where I used the reverse confetti die on top of this embossing folder, which I'm loving that. So much texture and yumminess. I didn't feel like it needed anything else. I did not put a sentiment on either one of these. You know, sometimes I don't put sentiments because, you know, this week I have to send out a bunch of sympathy cards, and sadly to some cousins, and so I leave them blank because you just never know. Do you know what I mean? You might have a birthday that you need to send to, and you don't have any birthday cards. But anyway, and I always have that little it's like a ceramic fruit basket that's full of sentiments, so then I can just add what I need. What else? Oh, and then you'll know that I released this brand new art printable called Christina, and it is all about the pumpkin. I'm just madly in love with it. And so I started to paint this one with art crayons during, I think, on Saturday's second pop-in paint party. So I want to work on that a little bit today. I also so the first one was the freebie, and the second one was this one. But I came across, you know, when you're digging through your stuff and you were like, oh, I forgot I started that. I found this Brandy art printable from last year that I started painting and I haven't finished, so I want to work on that. I'm not exactly sure where I want to go, but something's gonna happen. I also have, I know, seriously, it's a whole situation. I also have these two pieces that I started last week during Thursday's class, I believe. This one I painted with gouache. This one I painted with watercolors. And I need to zhuzh them up a little bit. So, and I wanted to talk about Whimsical Lettering is open for registration right now. By the end of the day, my other classes will be up. But I really wanted to talk about, I posted, the October calendar was in last Friday's newsletter, but I added the stitch along here that I hold in my okay, then you just need to Tammy, if you're getting black splatters, you just need to adjust your setting for what thickness of paper you're putting through it. I had that too. Anyway, I added the Stitch the States Facebook group with the stitch along that I have every Wednesday morning at 9. It's just a 20-minute stitch along. It's just nice and peaceful. Anyway, I will repost this in the next newsletter, but I'll also put it in the group so that everybody knows what's happening. And remember, this Saturday is Let's Get Artsy Together Apart Artist Study Series. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, that's a lot of... Oh, and I had my artsy day with Carmen and Joni yesterday. And so I'll show you what we played with. We played with liquid watercolors. That was kind of our jam yesterday. So the first thing I did was, remember this paper, this Korean paper? I got a new color and I just painted this whole page. With the color. And then I painted, and look at the back. I am loving that. I can't wait. I don't even know what I'm going to do on there, but I love that it's kind of mottled and, you know, darks and lights. And ooh, I'm loving that. Then I was playing on this page and I put way too much color. Can you see? It started to leak onto my next page, but that's okay. I'll figure something out. So anyway, because I had all that color, I thought, oh, I need to sop some of that up with a paper towel. And you know, Joni uses the same Costco paper towels that I do. And I laid it on there and look at this glorious, oh, I'm loving that just that little bit of pattern that kind of came through. And Joni and Carmen and I all agreed that this looks like the Northern Lights, doesn't it? So pretty. Okay, then I wanted to recreate the paper towel gorgeousness, and I was never able to do it. But I did this page, which I'm loving. And I will say that I started out with I did wet on wet. So I really wet my page down with a big brush and water, and then I added my liquid watercolors. So fun. And then I looked across the table. You know, Joni always has good color combinations. And she started with this color and then did a particular pink, which is with my, I have Dr. P.H. Martin watercolor, with liquid watercolors. And so I put, I think it's called Moss Rose on top, and look what happened. This amazing purpley fuchsia. I'm just in love with it. I don't know what I'm going to do on top of that either, but anyway, so that's the art journal-y adventures of Joni and Carmen and Ann from yesterday. Okay, so let's get painting. Does anybody have any questions or want to talk about anything? So I'm fiddling around with these pumpkins, and I'm thinking I want to do my stems, but I'm really feeling like, remember when we did some stenciling on top of painted images? I'm kind of feeling that. So I think I want to do my stems first, and then I want to come back with those art crayons and do some stenciling on top of those pumpkins. I'm just kind of feeling that this morning. So I'm going to start out with a lighter green art crayon, and I'm going to do the wet technique where I just dip my art crayon. Let's see. There, can you guys see? I'm just going to dip my art crayon into the water and then scribble it a little bit and get it kind of primed onto my... I just have a piece of deli paper here. And now I'm going to come in and just start adding color to the stems. I know I want to start light and then kind of work my way up. But I'm liking that kind of olivey green, aren't you? That kind of limey olivey green. I feel like it's really adding a little something something. Okay, so I think when I want that to dry, look at that. I feel like that just totally popped it. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like it really popped the pumpkins a little bit more. Okay, so what else do I have to work on? Oh, these cactus flowers that I was using my gouache. Okay, so let's move my nail polish. So I'm going to get a brush that I can kind of move some of that color around. So I want something that has a little bit stiffer, what am I trying to say? Bristles. Okay, I'm going to come in here. So this is an experiment. Let's see if all these, dirty brush. See if I can begin to move. Yep, it's working. I can move that color. So I'm just going to work that color back toward the line. Then I'm getting a nice, I'm breaking up that edge, right? Just softening it a bit. Push that color toward the line. Remember, if your brush gets kind of loaded up, you can tell if it's moving color a lot, then just wipe it off onto your underpaper or your paper towel. And I'm just going to work randomly. And that's looking nice, I think. So Tam, you're back in Idaho. We'll have to try and do lunch next time you're in town. So my favorite crayons, Nancy, are Neo 2s. Did you see it's Neo Color 2 Aquarelle? Those are my favorite, but I have all of them. I mean, you could do this with watercolor colored pencils. You could do this same technique with just watercolors, any water-based product, you know. I have the Staedtler aquarelles. I have the Woodies, the 3-in-1s. These are nice. That's what I did the pumpkins with, for the most part. Oh, yay. Well, maybe we'll get to have lunch or something, Tam. That'll be fun. I have scribble sticks, although I will say these don't move as well with water. Remember that day we did one of our pop-in paint parties, we tried to do, we did an experiment with all the different art crayons, and this one didn't move as much. But you can get some nice texture from it. So, you know, there's positives and negatives about everything. Gelatos, distress crayons from Tim Holtz. Those are all art crayons. I really like the Neos, and I'll tell you why. The biggest reason I like them is a wide color selection. And they're super creamy. I like it. I like creamy so that I can get nice movement with when I add water. Do you see how just softening this edge of this color is just automatically bringing such nice dimension to these petals. But just remember, damp brush, and wipe off that color off your brush. And jiggy jiggy blend. There we go. Oh, so hey, I saw something during Blue Bloods that I was like, oh, I can't wait to talk to everybody about this on Tuesday. So one of the characters, yeah, you can use whatever you want, Nance. You can use whatever you want. And watercolor colored pencils, I'll use those maybe on Thursday. They provide this really unique opportunity. So these are called 3-in-1. So you can use them as a crayon, you can use them as a colored pencil, you can use them as watercolor. So one of the really unique things that a watercolor colored pencil can provide is texture and watercolor, right? So you can color your base, so you can color one petal with your watercolor colored pencil and then spread that color around so you have a base of watery wash. And then you can come back in, and that, especially if you're working on watercolor paper, you're going to have, because that the way that a watercolor pencil travels across that paper, you're going to get some really cool texture. Everybody take a drink. Oh my gosh, I went and got a massage yesterday. When I draw a lot, my right shoulder gets crazy. Now I feel like $1,000,000, so I'm going to be drawing like nobody's business. Okay, turn. See, I should have cleaned off because I feel like this one's getting too dark. But if I come back in with that damp brush, I can remove a little bit almost. And that's going to give me a nice... Ooh, look how pretty that is. Telling you, I'm loving this color. At first I was like, oh, I don't know. But you know, because it's not bright orange, I was feeling kind of like, I don't know, but now I'm really digging it. I'm just jiggy jaggy, pull some of that color off. See, this one is, there we go. When we move that color, that's when you get that beautiful painterly vibe, you know? There we go. That's looking nice. Oh, back to Blue Bloods. So one of the characters asked herself and a couple of the other characters, what are 3 words you'd tell your 18-year-old self? And I thought, oh, I know just the group of friends I want to ask that to. So think about that. What are 3 words you would tell your 18-year-old self? Anybody got any? Is anybody? Are you thinking about it? So I thought about it. And I thought about, like she said, that she would marry her husband. And I thought, well, yeah. But I thought, I really need to think about me as a person. Because me as a happy person is going to make me a happier wife, a happier mother, a happier friend, a happier cousin, right? So I was thinking about something that I kind of did, and then I would go away from it and I would be unhappy, and then I came back to it, and it was make art every day. When I make art every day, I'm a much happier girl. So now I've bared my soul. Don't worry and listen. Oh my gosh. Isn't that a good one, Jan? Absolutely. I mean, seriously, I think about all the hours I wasted worrying. And that did nothing. That did nothing to alleviate my stress. It just made me more stressed. And it did nothing to solve the problem, because oftentimes they were not my problems to solve. And learning that lesson in life took me a long time. Especially with grown-up kids, you know? That's a tough one. As a mom, you want to say stuff all the time. And you know what? It's not our life. We just had them for a little while. Good job. Good job, Jan. I love that. You have given me good food for thought all day today. Anybody else have their 3 words that you would tell your 18-year-old self? Because think about when you were 18. Good gravy. What a dope. And I thought I was really something. And I knew everything. What a dope. But that's what 18's all about, right? Thinking you have everything. Happiness is a choice. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think miserable is a choice too. Lots of people choose to be miserable. I mean, there's lots of misery in life, certainly. I'm not taking anything away from that. Okay, what did you say? Stay true to yourself. Oh, haven't we all been there? Trying to be someone we're not, and then you're like, this doesn't feel comfortable at all. Oh, me too, Donna. I have way more words than that. Let's see. Life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. Absolutely. You don't know it all. Ain't that the truth? And when I just take a minute and just listen, you see pitfalls that you have avoided when you're, that you, like, oh, you know what the old me would have said? I would have said la 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 and got myself in big fat trouble. And when I just sit back and listen to how other people feel, or what they're feeling, or how they're feeling. I was just telling a group of girlfriends last week. I go, exactly, 2 ears for a reason. That is the truth. I said, no, you never know what somebody else's struggle is, right? Because oftentimes people don't share that. But the 2 words that nobody really wants to hear are, you should do blah, blah, blah. You should try blah, blah, blah. But they don't know because they're not there. They're not, They're not in the thick of it. And sometimes you just want someone to listen. You don't need anybody to solve your problem for you. You just want somebody to listen. And in turn, you want to be that person for somebody else, to be the listening ear that they need. This is turning out so good, you guys. I am so pleased with how this gouache is blending. I will be playing with it more. And I'm glad that I went as deep with the orange as I did. I'm feeling like that is really helping me. That's really helping my dimension and my form of each of these petals. Sometimes when you're painting, do you get that little glare and you're like, I can't see anything? Whether it's with water or the light shining down or whatever it is, do whatever you need to rectify that for yourself, you know? If you need to tilt your head in a different way, if you need to press down on your substrate, whatever it is. I don't know why we think that we need to paint, you know, that it needs to be straight in front of us, that we don't need to turn it, that we don't need to do whatever it takes to make us ourselves more comfortable. I didn't know it all. Well, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth, Sharon? Good gravy. What did Donna say? Trust your gut. Isn't that the truth? And you know, I think as girls, we're so trained to not trust our gut and to be nice and all of those things. How much heartache I could have avoided. Okay, so I started this with watercolors. Do you remember we just painted on watercolors? But now I feel like I really want to use some art crayons. Dig out some more greens, and I have this really nice ochre. I really like what I did. Remember with the first cactus where I did it, I did deeper around each of the little spiny things, and then I came back and did another coat on top. I love that. So I'm feeling like, okay, here's another tin with even more art crayons. I feel like I kind of want to do that again. Remember we talked about if you find something that you really like, to come back and to do that a couple more times. Okay, so I have this one. I have this one, which is peeled paint, which I love that color. I wish that he would make crushed olive into a crayon, because that's my favorite. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. So let's do a little bit of this. Let's try it wet on. There we go. I think this is kind of what I did, isn't it? If I'm remembering correctly. I just felt like it gave me just the right amount of depth. There we go. So I'm just going to continue to cover all of these little spines with just kind of like a little painty circle. And then let that dry and remember, well, and I think I might add just a little more depth of color in the very center. I feel like that might be an interesting experiment, see what happens. And I'm still thinking about that Christmas tree, the Brandy art printable. What am I going to do with that? I've just been in a art crayon mode lately. No particular reason. I just, shouldn't we all be like pulling out some of our art supplies that are in a drawer and using them again? I feel like next week I really want to play with distress inks again. Okay, so now I have all of this, but I'm thinking, so this is olive in my Neos, but I'm feeling like, what if I do just a little bit of olive in the center? And some of them are wetter than others. So I just have like a little bit more depth. And then I let this dry all the way. And then I choose a color to paint over the entire thing and see what I kind of get. So I'm feeling like, I don't know, like it seems like I picked something that was quite bright the last time. I don't know. I don't need to make that decision right now, right? I can just give myself some time to ponder. Don't you love that? So if you are a stitcher, you might want to join my stitchy gathering, my little stitch along tomorrow. But if you are not, don't worry about it. You can watch it. You can just join that group and watch it whenever, just like everything else. Okay, so we did the green, and I'm really digging that. So, and we did the lighter one, remember? So now I'm feeling like, what if we did some of this, oh, absolutely, I can absolutely do that, Sue. I can absolutely show how I foil. So I have, ooh, that's really wet and really a lot. So let's take some of that. Let's take some of that color and pull it into another stem. And you know what I'm realizing? It should have been on the other side. Let's just get a little bit. Just move it around. Honestly. So I use a mink machine when I foil. And I love that thing. You know why? It's so easy. I looked at some other one, like I looked at a laminator, and it wasn't that much more to get the mink. And truth be told, Lauren has a mink machine, and so why wouldn't I get what she has? Because I could ask her a million questions. And I do. You stenciled yours already, Keels? I just love that stencil on top, don't you? So let's see. Now I need to wait for this second little bit of green but I'm feeling like, what do you think about, I'm trying to think, which green I think I used this green first, this light olive. if I just pull some of that off of my crayon and I just kind of barely, that's really, oh, Keely, I bet that's pretty. So I'm just gonna kind of roughly go around these little swirlies. I think I want to do that like this first, and then I'm gonna come back in with like a colored pencil or something, so I can make a more precise line. Oh, that's kind of a blob up there. That one is too, I think it was just too wet. My brush was too wet. Oh well. But I like this kind of look where it's a little bit like hazy, but you have that little bit of color on there. And then you can come back in with something like a colored pencil, like I said, to add detail. I feel like that just, I don't know, nice dimension, you know? Look at that, so pretty. And now I have to wait for that to dry before I can do my stencily thing. So let's come over here and let's look at this. Okay, so I like the color scheme I have going here, but I don't know what I want to do with all the white. Do I want to put like a pink in there? Will that be pretty? Or will that be horrid? I don't know. I feel like pink might be the thing because there's so much green going on, and pink is, you know, it plays well with green. So let's see. I have that pretty pink. Or I could do red. I mean, that's an idea too. I just really like pink and green together. They just play well, you know. But I'll give myself all my choices here. And this was painted with just watercolors. Seriously, like a year ago. So you know, it's okay to not finish it all in one sitting, right? Okay, so now let's see. I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to try some different colors on this. Then I have this super light one. I don't know that that's really... No, I'm not feeling that. And there's kind of a coral, and that feels kind of like the right tone to me. But let's try red too. Let's see what happens with that. And this is red, but with the Staedtlers. It's kind of a pinky red, isn't it? And this is vermilion. Can I tell you how much I love vermilion? It just makes me so happy. I like it so much I bought two of the exact same color. Okay, so... I was thinking about pale yellow, but I already have kind of that goldy yellow. Okay, what do you think of these? Oh, let's take a drink and ponder. I'm kind of liking this one. This feels too bold, like it would compete this feels like it might work well with others, you know. Raspberry red. So let's move all of this stuff and make ourselves a little palette, because I feel like I want to paint with it instead of color it right on the thing. Let's move that. The orange yellow on the left. The orange. This? Yeah, I'm kind of liking it too. I just feel like I need something else. Like it needs a third. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to paint one. See, that feels so right to me. If it looks horrid, you know what? In the end, Donna, it's just a piece of paper. I feel like it works. It's in the same tonal family as everything else. Mix myself up a little more paint here. So you see I'm just taking my art crayon and I just dip it in water and then swirl it around on my deli paper or whatever your substrate is, and then you can just paint with it straight off there. Oh, Beth, I have that Applebee's in my head again. Oh, look for here, this background color. Ooh, that would be pretty. That would be pretty, that goldy. Ooh, that would be lovely, Donna. I think that would be lovely. I love that it's like we're making art together, except I can't see what everybody else is making. So that's why I want you guys to post pictures. So this is so 70s vibe for me. Shut it! I'm loving that. All right, let's do here. Here. A little more paint. Yes, I really hate waiting for things to dry. But then I look at I'm like, seriously, first world problems, Anne. You're tired of waiting for paint to dry? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that right. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? That's why I always have like all these things going at the same time. Because something's always drying, but something's always dry. You know? Something's in the process of drying and something is all the way done. Can I tell you? Ugh! I'm loving that. It's so 70s. You know, I love me some 70s. I do. Let's see, what else do I have? Is this dry yet? Sorta, kinda. Let's see. So we set that aside to dry. And then I'm feeling like I love this, and it's a Tailored Expressions stencil. TESN97. I like it, and remember we call this the Dan stencil because Dan from Kane Crafts is the one who recommended it to me. And the reason is he said, look, you can do it this way, this way, this way. I mean, you can use just the smalls, you can use the bigs. It is very Lily Pulitzer, and I'm not a big Lily Pulitzer person, but whatevs. Okay, so I'm going to take that same orange, I think, and make some paint, right? Add a little more water to it. And then I'm feeling like, let's pull out the makeup sponge. See what happens. And I'm just going to randomly add some more color. No particular. Let's lift and see if it's doing anything. Not really. Maybe it's too watery. It's not making a big enough impact. Yeah, that's not showing up. All right, so what do we do to rectify? Don't add as much water. Let's try it again. Or maybe I should have picked a darker color, like, say, vermilion. Let's see if this makes a difference. If it doesn't make a difference, then we'll go in with vermilion. Yeah, that's not showing. So let's try my beautiful vermilion. I wonder if I do this and add a little orange to it. Do you know, so then I'm staying in the same family. And let's see. Yep. That's where we want to go. And I'm just doing it randomly. I'm just doing it, you know, here, there, and everywhere. Ugh! So pretty. 9 minutes? Come on. How's that happening? That's so funny. Hi, Sylvia. You know what, Donna? You want to hear something funny? I have that whole... Boy George, I have the whole Culture Club. That's on my playlist. On my Apple Music. I have that whole album. Because back in the day, I listened to that over and over and over again. So I'm really liking those two colors mixed together, because I'm liking that, just that little bit of nice, and I'm liking the triangular pattern on something so juxtaposed on something so kind of rounded, you know. So pretty. I wonder. Some straight. Vermilion. That's kind of giving me some cool vibes. Keely, which stencil did you use? And can I tell you, you know what's so crazy, Donna? I know all the words to all the songs. My husband, who's not the big music aficionado that I am, whatever, not really, but I just, you know what? Music has just always been such a big part of my life that I would listen to stuff, you know, and don't you think back then, you know, like when you got a new 45, you listen to it over and over and over again. And you kind of prided yourself in learning all the words, don't you think? Oh, this is so good. So, so good. Oh my gosh, wasn't that an amazing movie? Wasn't that an amazing movie? Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. It was, and I just remembered all of it, you know? Didn't you just remember all of it? And I just love me some Freddie Mercury, that's for sure. And Brian May and Roger Taylor and John Deacon. You guys, this is looking so, so good. But I am having to do it kind of in steps. I'm noticing that you can't, that's a band I sure wish I would have seen live, and I didn't. I mean, I did see lots of bands back in the day. Have you seen that bumper sticker that says, "I may be old, but I saw all the good bands"? Ain't that the truth, you guys? I just love all the music of our lifetime, that's for sure. A little more. Isn't it crazy how just this little bit of added color through a stencil can just add a totally artsy vibe to whatever you've painted. Whatever you've painted. I love that. And I really like doing it randomly so that there's no, it's not like a solid pattern, that it's just, you know, just every now and again. And these makeup sponges, I'm telling you, I got those terrible ones, remember I told you about from the dollar store? Then I just got a package of like regular ones from Target. What a difference. They're lovely. Maybe a little bit more right there. I have to take my car into the dealership today for an oil change, and they need to figure out I have a leak in my, this is so stupid. I have a leak in my windshield wiper fluid. Oh, look at that. So pretty. Okay, what did you say, Donna? Oh my gosh, isn't that the truth? And are you singing through your pickleball? I would be singing through my pickleball if I were you, Keely. No music, no life. No music, no life. That is a stinking truth. Oh, absolutely. It's from Tailored Expressions. So you could call a local scrapbook store. You could look up Tailored Expressions. And what did I say? I don't remember the name of it, but I do know it's TESN 97. Singing and dancing, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love this stencil. I do love a circle stencil. I was just telling Lauren and Tessa, you know what the sad thing is? I love circle stencils, and I probably have about 10 of differing, you know, shapes and sizes. Oh, I love that. This guy needs a little bit of help. Needs a little bit of action. So good, you guys. I'm just loving it. Oh, golly. Here we are. 1 hour. Thank you, everybody. I know you have choices. I know you have choices. And I'm just ever so grateful that you choose me. I am. Have an amazing day. And let's meet back here again on Thursday and do it again. It looks so good, doesn't it? It looks so good. But I'm feeling like maybe a blue background. What do you think, Keels? I think that might be pretty. I don't know. We'll see. You'll see on Thursday. I'll do something. I'll do something before Thursday. Okay, so I will, don't go to register just yet, Laura. I haven't put everything up there. But I will probably by tonight. Because I had like a change of what I wanted to do in Inspire Your Heart. So I took the printable down that I had up there and now I'm making a new printable. So anyway, I can hardly wait. All right. So the only one that I believe is up there right now is Whimsical Lettering. I know the hour always goes super fast, doesn't it? I adore you all. Go out and make it a terrific Tuesday. Bye.